From unique architecture to Azure seashores, Malta is full of treasures that will surprise everyone. The island of Malta is located in the center of the Mediterranean Sea, 75 kilometers south of the Italian island of Sicily. In addition, the climate and hospitable atmosphere of Malta are conducive to a pleasant holiday and provide an excellent opportunity to enjoy the history and attractions of the island. Let's check out 14 best places to visit in Malta. Number 14. St. Anthony's Botanical Garden. It is better to start exploring interesting places by getting acquainted with an island of vegetation located near a natural reservoir. Here you will get acquainted with the most exotic trees, flowers, and shrubs. It was open to tourists in 1882. Reviews about this place are only positive. Literally everything about it delights: elegant sidewalks, decorative ponds with swans, sculptures. Plants in the garden are collected from all over the world, and some were planted in the ground more than 300 years ago. Number 13. Azure Window. There is a naturally formed arch on the island of Gozo, which is a real miracle of nature. Unfortunately, under the influence of external factors, the Azure Window is gradually crumbling. This means that being close to it can be dangerous. However, the location remains a great location for filming. Not far from the arch, there are other attractions of Malta of natural origin. Number 12. Mdina. Among the best attractions is the former capital of the archipelago. We are talking about a fortified settlement with a rich history. It is approximately 4,000 years old. The total area is slightly more than 1 square kilometer, and the population is 300 people. A settlement was built on a rock, and a stone wall was erected around it. What else to visit in Malta? Number 11. Ghar Cave. It is formed by mountains located on the southeastern coast. It was discovered at the end of the 19th century, and it was then established that it included several layers. Among them were even found the remains of animals that were unique in their kind, human bones. Examples of art are considered interesting finds. Tourists can only explore the first 50 meters of the 144 meters cave. At the entrance, there is a museum with interesting exhibits. It is in this direction that excursions are often organized in Malta. Number 10. Fort Sant'Angelo military fortification located in the city of Birgu. It is believed that it was built during the Roman Empire. During the existence of the fort, it was repeatedly reconstructed and strengthened. Its latest addition is considered to be a tower, the remains of which date back to the 11th century. A certain part of the fortification is used as a military museum. Number 9. Mgarr. This landmark of Malta is also known as Mgarr. We are talking about a small village in the northwestern part of the state. Local residents are mainly engaged in agriculture, namely on farms and vineyards in the area. A special feature of Mgarr is the presence of archaeological sites that are included in the UNESCO list. Number 8. Golden Bay Beach. The sandy beach of Golden Bay is considered one of the most popular on the island. It is located on the northwestern coast, is characterized by spaciousness, good amenities, and is marked with the blue flag. On the beach, you can not only sunbathe and swim, but also engage in water sports, have picnics, and even parties. Golden Bay is known for underwater currents in winter due to unstable weather conditions. It's easy to get to the vacation spot because public transport goes there, but you can also rent a car. Number 7. Hypogeum of Khal-Saflieni. The Hypogeum of Khal-Saflieni is a megalithic underground sanctuary on the island, namely in the city of Paula. Its peculiarity is that it consists of 34 rooms, which are hollowed out in the thickness of the limestone. The dungeon has been deservedly considered a World Heritage Site since 1980. There is reason to believe that a community burial ground functioned in the Hypogeum, and for many years. Throughout their lives, the ancient inhabitants made more and more new corridors and grottoes. The dead were buried in them. Due to this, the area of the complex underground reached 480 square meters. What's wrong with this place now? After reconstruction, a modern foyer was equipped in the dungeon, which included a cafe, a video room, partitions, metal stairs, and a lighting system. Unfortunately, you cannot take pictures in the Hypogeum. The reason is unclear. Number 6. Blue Lagoon. The Camino Blue Lagoon is undoubtedly a must-see on any traveler's list when visiting Malta. It's one of the main attractions in Malta. The Blue Lagoon is located between the island of Camino and the nearby islet of Cominoto. Is a small island with an area of only 3.5 square kilometers, the third largest inhabited island in the Maltese archipelago. The lagoon is known for its crystal clear blue waters and white sand, reminiscent of the beaches of the Caribbean. The beach on Camino Island is considered and attracts thousands of tourists who want to enjoy this natural pool with turquoise water. For lovers of hiking, we recommend a walk around Camino Island. It will take about 2 hours. You can discover the Crystal Lagoon, much less touristy, the Santa Maria Tower, the Santa Maria Battery, and an abandoned Napoleonic-era hospital. Number 5. Spinola Bay. Spinola Bay is located in one of the most picturesque and lively resorts called St. Julius. It gives a special look to the city panorama. There is practically no development near the bay. There was a place for a large number of ducks, which are admired not only by locals, but also by guests of the country. The most beautiful views can be seen in the bay during sunset. Number 4. Blue Grotto. If you are one of those easygoing people, then the Blue Grotto is just for you. Getting to it is not so easy, but believe me, the sight you see is worth it. We are talking about a whole complex of sea caves, which are located near the village of Crendi, namely in the southern part of the state. Under the rays of the sun, the water acquires a bright blue color, which shimmers in a wide variety of shades. The total depth of the grotto is 45 meters. This place was also chosen by the English military, who love to relax there with their families. This landmark of Malta can often be seen in films. It is interesting to know that the authorities have set a limit on her visits. No more than 25 boats with tourists on board can visit the cave complex per day. The reason for this is the complex terrain and intense sea waves in the described area. Here, you can not only admire the unusual shades of water, the unique shape of rock formations, but also climb on them and go diving. Number 3. Palace of the Grand Master. The Palace of the Grand Master is another place that you can read about in recommendations for traveling to the island state. Once it belonged to the Knights, then to the British, and now it is the residence of the president and parliament of the country described. Its visit is absolutely free for everyone, but only during free time from government meetings. In appearance, the palace is assessed as ascetic, but inside everything looks very rich. The palace, which stood for several centuries, was built in 1575. The designer of the construction plan was the local architect Girolamo Casser, and the interior was painted under the direction of Niccolao Nasoni. Externally, the large public building is made in the style of the 16th century. Having visited it, you will definitely be delighted. Just look at the famous council hall with its expensive tapestries. At one time, they were specially woven and brought from France. While relaxing at the resort, do not miss the opportunity to admire the exquisite frescoes and portraits of the rulers of the European state. If you wish, you can visit the Weapons Museum. It is located in the basement of the building. The collection on display is considered one of the largest in the world. Number 2. Marsalforn salt baths. The blue salt pans of Marsalforn, carved into the rock, are an attraction based on the local tradition of the Gozoans, who have operated these salt pans for over 350 years. They are located on the northern coast of Gozo, next to Mgarr Bay. Take the opportunity to also visit Mgarr Bay, located next to the Marsalforn salt pans. This is a good place for swimming and snorkeling. Number 1. St. Peter's Pool. St. Peter's Pool is one of the most popular places in Malta. Its azure and light green waters attract many tourists during the summer months. A small natural pool in the middle of the rocks where you can jump into the crystal clear sea and snorkel. St. Peter's Pool is located in the southwest of Malta, in Delimara near the famous fishing village. To reach the site, you need to walk 500 meters along a rough road, so this attraction in Malta is not suitable for older people or families with small children.